The first time my brother Liam ever screamed at me in his adult life was the night I bought the Tribeca penthouse. I had just stepped into the elevator, still smelling the cold, metallic tang of the ink on the closing documents. The real estate agent's perfume lingered on my coat, a heady trail of jasmine and something expensive. My hands were shaking, part excitement, part disbelief. Me, Natalie, the girl who once slept on a broken futon in a roach-friendly studio. I'd done it. When I called Liam to tell him, stupidly hoping he'd be proud, he didn't even let me finish. "You stole my inheritance," he bellowed so loudly I had to pull the phone away from my ear. "You think you can hide it? You think I don't know?" My stomach dropped. "Liam, what are you talking about? This is my money. I worked. Dad meant it for me. You manipulated him. You always manipulate people." The elevator dinged. I stepped into the quiet hallway, heart thudding. "Dad left us the same amount. You spent yours in under a year." "Because I needed it," he shouted. "You owe me. That penthouse is mine." Then he hung up. I unlocked the door to my new home. The place was still empty. Bare walls, echoing floors, the faint smell of fresh paint. Floor-to-ceiling windows cast the Manhattan skyline in silver moonlight, and for a second I felt like I was floating. But the moment was tainted. Liam's words ricocheted inside my skull. He'd always been the golden child, the loud one, the charismatic one. Our father adored him for his charm, and forgave him everything. His impulsive spending. His schemes. His business ventures that ended with debt collectors and hushed conversations. Me. I was the quiet, responsible one. The one who worked late, who skipped vacations, who helped Dad sort his taxes when he got sick. I thought Liam and I had finally reached some peace after the funeral. I thought wrong. The next morning, I woke to the sound of banging. Sharp, aggressive, impatient. When I opened the door, Liam stood there, jaw clenched, eyes wild. He shoved past me without asking. "So this is where my money went," he muttered, pacing across the hardwood floors. "Unbelievable." "Get out," I said softly, not trusting my voice. "You don't even deny it." He spun toward me. "Dad promised me more. He said he'd adjust the will. You knew that. You convinced him not to." "That conversation never happened." "He told me." Liam slapped his chest. I was his favorite. There it was, the truth he'd always believed with religious devotion. I felt something inside me harden. I had spent my entire life stepping back so he could feel like the favorite. "No more. You want to hear something real?" I said. "Dad told me he regretted enabling you. He wished he'd taught you how to stand on your own." Liam's face twisted. "Liar." I didn't flinch. "He said you'd expect me to rescue you one day. And he told me not to." Silence. Heavy. Electric. "You're going to regret this," Liam whispered. Then he stormed out. 3 weeks passed. I tried to settle into my new life, decorating, planning, imagining the future, but Liam's threat kept resurfacing like a bruise I couldn't stop pressing. And then it happened. I came home to find the door ajar. My stomach clenched. I stepped inside. Drawers were open. Boxes overturned. The faint scent of Liam's cologne, a sharp citrus, hung in the air. And taped to the window overlooking the city. "Pay what you owe." My pulse hammered in my ears. He had broken into my home. Crossed the final line. I called the police. They took a report but gave the usual platitudes. Family disputes are complicated, proving intent is hard, etc. One officer even said, maybe he just wanted to talk. Talk didn't involve tearing apart my closet. I knew Liam. He wouldn't stop. Not until he felt he'd taken something from me. So I made a decision. If he wanted a war, I'd end it. I hired a security firm, the kind with matte black websites and prices no one ever posts publicly. They installed cameras, reinforced the locks, set up a silent alarm. But the real move wasn't defensive. It was strategic. I spent days gathering documents Liam had forgotten existed, Unpaid loans he'd co-signed, emails where he had admitted to borrowing money from Dad's accounts, even receipts from the inheritance he'd blown on luxury watches and a failed crypto scheme. I compiled everything into one neatly organized package. Then I sent it to the person Liam feared most. His former business partner, the one he'd ghosted when their investment project crashed, leaving the partner with lawsuits Liam had dodged. Within 48 hours, Liam called. "Natalie, what did you do?" His voice shook. "What you forced me to," I said calmly. "They're coming after me. Legal action, collections, this is my life," he cried. "You should have thought of that before breaking into my home." "Natalie, please. I'm begging you." For the first time in years, I heard genuine fear. And I felt nothing. No guilt. No sisterly instinct. Just clarity. "You said I stole something from you," I whispered. "But you've been stealing from everyone your whole life. This time, the bill came due." He breathed shakily. "You ruined me." "No," I said. "You did." I hung up. A month later, with legal pressure mounting, Liam sold his car, his watches, even moved out of his upscale apartment. He texted me once, a single sentence. "You win." I stood at the window of my penthouse, the city glowing beneath me, the air cool against my skin. This place wasn't stolen. It wasn't inherited. It wasn't gifted. I earned it. Every inch. And now, no one, especially Liam, would ever take it from me. Justice doesn't always look like handcuffs. Sometimes it looks like a man finally facing the consequences he spent a lifetime running from. And sometimes, it looks like standing in your own home, in the quiet glow of triumph, knowing you reclaimed your life piece by piece, and ended the war your brother started with one final, perfectly executed twist. In the end, Liam vanished into the background noise of the city, swallowed by the consequences he'd spent his whole life avoiding. And me. I finally stood in the penthouse I'd earned, watching the sunrise paint the skyline gold, a reminder that sometimes justice isn't loud, it's simply deserved. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more wild real-life confessions.